Hello there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the new things I bought to start my Christmas journal, and we'll probably just start making a few bits of ephemera using some of my new digitals. So the first thing I'd like to show you is these beautiful papers. It's from a company called The Cotton Patch. I think it was their website. It's not an Etsy shop, I don't think. I just bought it from their website, and I've only just bought a couple of pieces, but they're absolutely gorgeous. So this is the first piece that I bought. Isn't that lovely? So pretty. It's just a quarter of a metre. Yeah, quarter of a metre. So it's not a huge amount, but plenty big enough for a cover. And I just think that is just such a... I mean, you could make several covers out of that. Look how gorgeous that is. And they're sort of, depending on which bit you want on the front. So I love that bit with the birds. So that's a lovely piece. So I think that is going to be, every time I look at it I see a new design. There's a Christmas tree there. You could make several covers and they'd all be different. Isn't that gorgeous? Anyway, so that's the first piece of material I bought. And the second piece is this one. And again, absolutely gorgeous. Certainly make a beautiful cover, but I may well use it as the inside of my cover because it's a lovely contrasting piece. So this on the outside and then this on the inside, I think is what I'm planning to do, and I will start doing that, I think, in my next video. That will be about making the cover. So I can't wait to get starting this. But I may have trouble choosing which bit of it I use. So this is, and actually you probably can't see, but it's got a very fine gold sort of outline really to the flowers, so it's really pretty, really pretty. I love both of these pieces of material, and they would both make gorgeous covers. I mean, they're just like the perfect... How tall is that? Let me just measure it and I can tell you how tall this piece of material is. So it's 10 inches. So for journal, it's just about enough just to tuck it in top and bottom, and you're there. I wouldn't really have to do much cutting, which is quite good. Quite good for me not to have to cut too much. So that's that. So there's those two pieces from the Cotton Patch. I mean, it's not just Christmas, they have some beautiful materials and lovely packs of pack quarters and things like that, as well as individual. You could just buy by the metre or the quarter metre, which was lovely. It's perfect for this sort of thing. And then I went into Hobbycraft, which is our version of Hobby Lobby, I suppose. And they had some... I haven't even opened it. I just saw the top one and I thought, oh, I've got to have that. And see if I can do it with that. There we go. So they had this little pack of fat quarters. It's just called a fat quarter set. And there are 5 pieces in here. And these also are really, really pretty. So much. I'll have so much to choose from. They've all got a bit of gold on them, I think. So there's this one, the poinsettia one, which is a beautiful piece. Of course, none of these are vintage, but I think this time of year you just go for what you like, don't you? So that's beautiful. And this one has got sort of a gold mistletoe, I think, so like a mistletoe design on it. So again, absolutely gorgeous. And then the black with the red poinsettia on is lovely. And then this one is the green with the gold mistletoe. Look how beautifully they go together. I mean, that's one journal, that could be one journal. I mean, they are just gorgeous. And then this one as well, which is the green and red. I don't know what design you'd call that, but it's red berries with green leaves. I mean, it's just really pretty, really Christmassy. So yeah, I love all those. So I shall definitely be using... I think there's got to be a fabric flip in there at the very least. So I'll only probably be making one journal, but I should probably want to make several with all these beautiful things. And I've still got loads left over from last year, so I probably didn't need any more material, but I just could not help myself when I saw this. I wasn't even looking I didn't go to Hobbycraft to look for Christmas fabrics. I was looking for some threads and things to sew it with. So I've got some red and some gold threads and things like that. That's what I went for. I wasn't looking, and then I just saw this and I thought, oh, gotta have it. So that's my new fabrics for this year, and they will last me for many years to come, I imagine. Okay, and then I've got some new digitals. Not so many as last year. If you remember my last video, I bought about 7 digitals last year. I went a bit crazy because it was my first year and I couldn't stop myself. So I've only bought 3 digital kits. So this one is called A Winter Bouquet, and this is definitely going to be, I'm going to be using 2 of the digitals as my papers in my journal. This one I think is absolutely beautiful. They both are, but this really was the first one that caught my eye. It's called A Winter Bouquet, and it's by Janie B Journals. And I will add a link below the video to this kit. This is just the I've already cut out all the ephemera. Well, I cut out most of it. Some of them I still have got to just finish off cutting round, but I've cut a lot of the little bits out. And I couldn't get this in my little bag, so this is an envelope, I think. And then these are the pages. So look at that, isn't that just gorgeous? And that's got to be my front page. It's got to be my front page. Absolutely lovely. Love that. And I backed it. They also included some backing papers, so I've already printed them with the backing on. So there's that one. And there's this one, which again is absolutely gorgeous. This winter flowers. It's just, I just love these flowers. I just think they're so beautiful. And then again, I've backed it. I think some of the backing papers I've used from the other kit, because I've just sort of mixed and matched, because it had quite a few nice backing papers. So I'll show you that kit in a minute. So that's that one. And then there's this one. It's really pretty again. That's been backed. And this one. That's got another backing on it, and then this has got the little repeat pattern of little birds, so this would be good for doing any collaging, but I should probably just use it as a page. And this one it's got a lot of these. This is again from the other kit. This is some of the backing papers from the other kit that I bought, because it goes so well together. Perfect combination. Another method in my madness, you see. I got them so they go well together. It's another one. I think it's meant to be like gold diamonds. Obviously it doesn't print gold, but it's got that look to it. So that's quite nice. It's a bit different. And this one is really pretty. It's got little tiny, if you can see, little tiny deer in there hidden amongst the flowers, which is really pretty. And a little red spot. Oh, and here's some of the, there's some more of the, I haven't cut as many of the ephemera out as I thought I had. So here's some of the ephemera. I've made a start, is all I can say, on cutting out the ephemera. So there's that. And there's some tags. And I suppose that would be a belly band and some smaller tags. So pretty. And this must be the ephemera from the other kit, which I seem to have got mixed up in here for some reason. I think that should go with the other kit. And this is some journal cards. Okay, so that's the Christmas Bouquet by Janie B Journals. Now, I think Janie B has done a wonderful job. Really like those. Okay, let's just try and get these all back together. And that's I think I've cut out the little ephemera, the little fiddly ones, and I've still left some of the bigger ones to do. So that's that one. Put that back in its little sleeve. And then this one, which I say is, I think this ephemera goes with. And again, I've made a start on cutting some of these out as well. This is by a company called Digital Journal Kit. A lady called Hollis runs this Etsy shop, and this is called Vintage Christmas Time. And I thought this was rather nice because I did think it went rather well with the other kit. So this is just a little bit different, but look at all the beautiful backing papers. And so they're not all backing papers, obviously so this will go in journal as well, and that's backed. So I think it's quite nice to mix and match. They're quite high, quite full on with the flowers, and they're quite, you know, quite full on papers. And these are a little bit quieter and a little bit more room for journaling or for putting ephemera on, which I quite like, that mixture of something a little bit busier and a few quieter ones in between. So this is some of the ephemera. There's some cards and some more journal cards, and these are the tags as I showed you just now. And then in here I have just started cutting these out. These are a page of circles. Ugh. These are quite sweet. There's little circles that you could use as just for decorative elements. All sorts of circles there. So I've got a bit of cutting to do. I thought I'd done it. I don't know, I must have started, put it aside and got it in my head that I'd finished. No, not at all, not even a little bit. So yeah, a bit more cutting to do there. In fact, I've got a lot of cutting to do because I've bought a couple of ephemera kits as well, which I'll show you in a moment. And then I thought I was done. I thought I was done for for digitals. Then I made a mistake of watching Gail doing one of her Etsy shares, and before I knew it I had to buy this kit. It's the Christmas wrapping paper by Tailor Made Journals by Lorna, and I have got one of her other wallpaper kits, and they're just so gorgeous, and I just could not stop myself from going straight on and buying this kit. It's just stunning. The old Christmas wrapping paper. So I started. I have printed it all, and it started so well with my printer, and look at how gorgeous all these papers are. And when I started printing them off, things like this, it just took me straight back to my childhood, because when I was a kid we used to have this massive holdall, big leather, old brown leather holdall, and every year all the wrapping paper went back in the holdall, and then every year, the following year, out it came, and me and Mum would go through all the old wrapping paper from the year before and the year before that, picking out all the bits that didn't look too torn or didn't have too much tape on, and reuse it all. And that's what we did in those days. We didn't go and buy loads and loads of new paper every year. We used to reuse it all. It was long before the word recycle was even thought of, I think. It's just what you did. You didn't throw anything away. You reused it. And all these sort of patterns, they just evoke those memories. Isn't it strange how just something so simple as a little design like this, I mean, it's such of its time, and we're talking the 60s probably here, the 60s, maybe early 70s, when I was a child. And yeah, all these oh, excuse me. Oh, got a tickle. All these gorgeous, I don't know what happened here, it just sort of kept going. I think it was having so much fun. My printer just kept printing. So yeah, so I was printing all these, and then, and look at this one. I love that. I really love that one. And it was coming out beautifully. And then, oh, I missed one. Got that one. Beautifully green. Lovely green, white trees on green background. I love that. It's gorgeous. And then something started to go. I think I must have I put a brand new cartridge into my printer just before I started printing these. But whether it's because there's just so much pigment in these pictures that I just used up the whole cartridge. But before I realised it, this isn't too bad. But you can just see the colour. Instead of green, it's going a bit blue. And I'm just merrily printing away. This one's not too bad either. It's got a slight bluish tinge, but I think we'll get away with it. But then we go to this one, which is supposed to be green and red, and all the ones that are meant to be green and red have all come out a bit blue and pink. Poor old fan Santa's looking very, very pink. And this one's very pink as well. Look at all that. I mean, it's a gorgeous pattern, and I could still use it. In its interesting colour combination of pink and blue, and I may still use them, but it's not quite what they were meant to look like. So again, lots of blue trees and pink birds. And I love the designs. They're fantastic. They just come out a really weird colour. So there's this one, a bit blue and pink. Again, this one was all meant to be red and green. I mean, that design is just screams 60s to me. Apart from the colour, obviously. And then this one, with these rather strangely coloured trees and oh dear. So I've now got to wait for a new cartridge to arrive. I've ordered some from Amazon and I'll have to reprint some of these last ones. But it doesn't mean I won't use them. But I shall have to use them sparingly because they're just a little bit, a bit too much. A bit too blue for my liking. So yeah, I don't see me using this one. I think that's just a little bit too much. But the rest of them, but I've got plenty here I can make a start with. Because I do want to start working with these, I think, in this video. I've got some ideas of something I want to start using and start doing in the way of ephemera. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. I'll just quickly show you as well the other two little kits that I bought. So, oh, that was the Christmas wrapping paper, that one. Yep. Okay, so there's two kits here. This one's called Victorian Christmas Children. And I've started cutting these out as with many other things. I've made a start, but I haven't quite finished. I have to take can't do too much cutting all at once because it hurts my shoulders and makes me ache a bit. So I have to do it a bit at a time. I can't do big cutting sessions, so I sort of sent him to sit and just do it for a little while and then have a break. So I've nearly finished cutting these out. These are all these little cute little kids in Victorian costumes. So these are the only ones I've still got to do. All the rest are ready to use. Aren't they pretty? So that's by a company called Allegra Digital. That was. I will provide links to all of the kits that I've bought today. Well, not bought today, but obviously I'll provide them when I upload the video. Victorian Christmas Children. There's that one. And then I've got good old Jen Bishop's Dreams Etc. kit. So I bought one kit last year which I think is called Victorian Christmas, which I used a fair bit of. I've still got quite a bit left. And then I think it was Rachel was using this kit, which is called Eclectic Christmas. And I really liked it. I particularly liked the little children, which I ended up printing this one out twice because, as you can see, I forgot to untick something and I ended up losing all the edges when I printed it, so I had to print it twice. So some of them I won't be able to cut out because they've been a bit cut off at the edges, a few of them here. So I have printed it twice. I've cut it out once. I'll probably cut out the ones in the middle again, and I've still got all these to cut out. So I love these flowers. In fact, they've come out a rather funny colour as well. So I printed that. I had to print that one twice as well because, as you can see, it's when it says fit to page or something. So when it fitted to the page, something I did or didn't do that I should have done, and I ended up losing bits around the edge. So I had to print that again. It's come out a slightly different colour. Not quite sure. Has a slight bluish hue to it. So maybe I was coming to the end of a cartridge there as well. Not too bad. Slightly weird colour in here. If you see, it's not. Yeah, I've gone a bit blue. It's going a bit blue here, whereas it's meant to be all green. So I think that's another one where I was coming to the end of the cartridge. Oh well. Anyway, and then there's that one that I've still got to cut out. I don't think I printed all of them. Because otherwise I ended up with more than I could possibly use. I printed out the ones where I really like the images. So there we are. So that's all the new bits and pieces that I've got to use this year. And so I'm ready to make a start on making some ephemera pieces. So if I just put that here, put those there. Oh, just grab my Christmas wrapping paper again. Because I really want to start using some of that as well. I've got all my last year's digitals what I've got left so that I can use bits of that. And my idea for today was I've got this box here of, I suppose you'd call them bases or bits and pieces that I just keep shoving in and think, oh, I could make something with that, I could make something with that, and I never have. So there's a few bits of packaging, some Tim Holtz packaging. I've got some book page bases, some sort of pockety things that I've just put together. I probably watched a video and thought, oh, I'll just have a go at making that, and then I've shoved it in here thinking I'll do something with it when the time comes. This one, I've no idea what this is. Well, clearly I've either been playing with some ideas myself, or I reckon this is something I've had a go at, thinking, well, what can I do with that? So I think I've got 2 bits of book page I've stuck together, and then this one would be a pocket here, and then it flaps up here and flaps down there, so I might do something with that. I've got some journaling cards from, these are what are they called? Project Life journal cards, but they're a good size. These are 4x6, so they're quite good, and they're nice and sturdy pieces of card, so they'll be quite good just to decorate and make into journaling cards. In fact, on the back of these, look, there's journaling, there's lines. I wouldn't even need really to back them that much. Anyway, so I've got a few of those. I have so many bits in here. What else can I work with? What have I got in here? So some little cards, some little sort of playing card type things. You could make small journaling cards or tags. I'll just pop them at the front there. What else? Oh, I've got some bigger pieces of packaging. A very sticky label, which I don't think I want to do anything with. I've got some of these. You've probably seen me make these for my sewing journal. These are the ones that Pam does, where she just folds it, and it's for, quadruple pocket in 3 moves, I think she calls it. What else have I got in here? Oh, I've got some postcards. I think these are pieces of ephemera from Artie Mays, but they're not very Christmassy, so they can't really use those. Got some bits of some collage-y things that I've made, but they're not really Christmassy, so they'll just need finishing and putting into my ephemera box. Got some book pages, a whole pile of book pages in here somewhere. Here we are, which could be made into pocket or journal cards, but they're quite small, so I might be able to make some pockets or things with those, and this might be a tuck or a belly band or something. So I don't think it's big enough to be a belly band. What else have we got? Not much else. Some bits of junk mail. Make a nice double journaling card, wouldn't it? I could use that. I think that's probably enough to start with. I mean, look at it all. Just keep shoving things in here. Got more, what's it called? More junk mail here, look. So, anyway, I think I'll use what I've got so far. If I fancy doing something different, I'll have another dip in the box. I think I might start with this. So, nice piece of... First thing I want to do, I think, is just make sure it's trimmed and all even, because it's not quite straight at the edge. Okay, I think we're there. Right, let's get started. Okay, just going to collage away. Right, there's my glue book, got buried. Of course, I think I might just move my fabrics out of harm's way. I don't want to get glue on them, do we? Okay. Put these to one side. Okay. I think before I might just do it so it wraps around the back a little bit. Do like that. So where did it go? That way? Yeah. And that one there, that's just right. So if I just cut it across the bottom of that, where's my ruler? There it is. So, oh, I've just seen it's been a really miserable, gloomy end of October day today, but I've just looked out my window and the sun's coming out finally, which is rather nice. Nice to see a bit of sunshine at last. Okay, so that can go there. And just want something a little bit, that's a little bit of what I want to do. A bit of the green. Okay. Ooh, it's a bit, don't want to cover up quite so much of the other one. So I just have to I might need a few bits of perhaps music or book page just to quieten down the colours a little bit. So will that go there, that goes there, and that goes there. Is that going to cover that? Or I need something in the middle. Okay, get a bit of book page. I'm going to grab these little books. I went I call garage diving. I went down into the garage and fished out all my old university books because I studied German many years ago. And these books were called the Reklam books, and these were all our German literature came in these little tiny paperback books, which I covered just to protect them. And I thought, well, they're just ideal for doing, because the colour, they're nice and vintagey, because they are over 40 years old, shall we say. So they're pretty old. I've still got some of my old notes in from when I was a student, but they've got some they smell nice and they smell old. They've got a nice bit of colouring around the edges, and they've got a variety of fonts. Some of them have got that really nice some of my old books have got that old Germanic font. This one is poems, so it's a little bit different in the format. So I've got a whole collection of these. I mean, really a lot, and I can't possibly use them all, but I thought I'd just use a few. It's not the sort of thing that anybody else would ever want or would be interested in, so why not use them? So I think I'll just put a little bit of book page in that, in the middle there. Just add a little bit of calm. Hang on, use me. Right. No. Let's see. Put that there. Put that there. And that there. Something like that. Okay, let's do it. Get this out of the way. It was quite nice finding all these old books from many, many years, like finding some old friends. And I thought, well, let's give them a new life and get them out again. And there's, I mean, there's a few other books as well. There's a few nice hardbacks that I thought, oh, they'll make nice altered books. If I ever get around to doing something like an altered book, which I quite like the idea of doing, I have too many other projects that I think, and you know, it'll take me too long. And I thought I can't give myself too many things to do all at once because as I may have mentioned once or twice, I'm quite slow at this. So I just limit myself to what's possible and think, well, one day I might get around to doing something different. But for now, I stick to doing journals like this. Now I was going to do it that way. I think I'll do it that way. Okay. And then, oh yeah, I was going to wrap that round, wasn't I? So do that there. Doesn't forget, just to, because then if it wraps around the spine, it just gives it a little bit more strength, doesn't it? Okay. Am I on straight? I think I am. That one. And then do the same with this one. Once I've stuck it down, I can't get it off the glue page. There we go. Okay. So I hope everybody out there is doing well and starting to think about doing a bit of Christmas crafting and looking forward to Christmas as well. Now that once you start doing this kind of thing, you really start to get into the spirit, don't you? Although I think everything is so up in the air at the moment, all everybody can talk about is, are we going to be able to be with our families at Christmas? Because over here in England we've got, and it changes depending on which part of the UK you're in, we're all in, where I am in England, we are only allowed to have 6 people in our house at the moment, so the rule of 6 is the one we have to follow, and in some parts of the country you're not even allowed to have anybody in your house, which must be so difficult. And the prospect of not being able to have family over Christmas is not a happy one at all. And I dare say there will be people who will feel they can't follow that rule without, because they have vulnerable family living alone. How do you choose which member of your family not to invite? It's not easy. I think at the moment we'll be okay, because we will only be planning to have one of our daughters to visit at Christmas this year. My eldest with her little one, because we didn't see them at Christmas last year. We tried to do it alternate years. So one daughter will come to us one year and go, and then the other one, usually what would happen is that the other one would join us on Boxing Day, so that we're all together on Boxing Day. But that won't be possible with the rule of 6, because there'll be too many of us. So it may be that my younger daughter won't be able to come to see us until the other one has left, which is okay. We can do that this year. You know, it doesn't mean that we won't see them. We will probably try and do something before Christmas. It just, it's just a shame really, but it can be made to work. I think what people will probably need to do is just have more than one Christmas. Have a different Christmas, but then that kind of means that you're seeing more than 6 people, because you're seeing different people, different group of people on different days. So I'm not sure if it really is quite what was intended by the rule of 6, but I think that's how people will get around it, and have to get around it, is by seeing different members of the family on different days. And let's just hope that there isn't a massive surge of cases after Christmas. But yeah, we have to see. Right. Oh, there's a bit of white showing there, so I'll just trim that off afterwards. And what shall I put across in that space there? Shall I put a piece of book page? Let's get my other tear ruler out and just yeah. I put that there. I don't really need it like that, do I? No, I'll put it there. Don't want that. I don't want the big jiggy jaggy, do I? No, don't think so. Just a little bit of jiggy jaggy. Put that there, and then I just need a little piece of something across the bottom. I don't want any more green. A little bit of we could do, yeah, I'll just do a little bit of it looks a bit odd having the bottom of that. If I do it there, and then I could just have a little piece No, don't want them to look too lined up. I'll just tear a little bit more off the bottom. Yeah, put that there. Okay, that works-ish for me. I want to get some music out. I think music is quite nice on Christmas things. It looks nice with a bit of music paper rather than just boring old text. But it'll all get covered up, I expect, when I decorate. Okay. Right. Okay, so that's just needs a little trimming up. Okay, making a start. I'll just grab my, yeah, oops, let's grab these scissors and just trim this a little bit. And there was a little bit off the edge here where it was a bit, I hadn't quite got it printed properly. Got that white bit just hanging off the side. Okay. Oops. Right, so I want this to be for journaling, but I don't want it to be completely plain. So I think what I will do is put a bit of, now there was this stripy paper, most of which printed out okay. If I can find it. Aha. Here we are. So what I might do is just put some, oh, pity it's not any wider, but never mind. I can put some decorative bits around the sides and then put the coffee dye paper in the middle, I think. I think that's what I do. I can never find what I want. Alright. Let's get that out of the way so I can just tear these pieces off. There's one. Two. Although I think that one's looking a bit weird. I think the colour's going a bit odd on that one, so I think we'll possibly not use that one. Use this red one for the sides, I think. And if I've got another, so I'm going to use these two narrow ones. on that side, and I think I'm going to use these ones here, because they are like those. Alright, let's see how that would look. So my theory is I'll have that across the top, that down the side. Oh, I wonder if I can get, how far across. Yeah, that will have to go that side, that one go that side, and then this one across the bottom, and then I have some coffee dye paper in the middle. Just got to find some. I've got some digital coffee dyed papers, so I'll like to see if I can find one of those that would work across the middle there. Printed some of them out on really thick paper. I don't know what possessed me to do that. Oh, this might work. Some lined paper. Yeah, I might use that. Okay, so I'm going to put it that way, and just tear it along that line there. I think what I'll do is I'll stick this paper on first and then put the borders on after. That's what I'm going to do. And then that'll be a nice little journaling card. Right, glue book. Don't think I'm going to have time to make much more than just this this one journaling card, because the time goes so quick. Where does this hour go? Only got 10 minutes left, or not much more than 10 minutes left. So whether I'll get a chance to do anything else apart from this, I don't know. But I will just have to make another video, won't I? Right, let's stick that in the middle. There we are. Let's just fold it, make sure it's okay. And then I should do that. So I've got to tidy up this edge. Don't like the way that's been torn. Oh, I've got all these bits on my scissors. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this down. I'll probably end up trimming them all. I should have cut them in the first place. There are times for a torn edge and times when it just doesn't look right. And I think this is one of them. Go over there. No, it won't get off my finger. I don't know if any of you have been following Dee Dee Farrago's challenge. As I've mentioned before, I've been having a go at some of her pockets and things, and I haven't quite finished yet, but when I have, I will show you what I've got. I may end up doing some of her things online, because she does, I think she's doing some paper clips and some snippets and things, and all of those things I would like to make, so I may well end up making them on camera if I'm brave enough and can remember what she did. I definitely want to make some snippets, because that's such fun to do. And I don't think I made any Christmas snippets last year. Probably because last year I hadn't probably heard of snippets when I was doing it last year. Very much making it all up as I went along last year, because I hadn't really watched as many videos as I have now. Okay. Right. That's sort of, yeah, straightish. Not as straight as I would like. Actually, that wasn't going to go at the top, was it? No. That was going to go down the side, you silly woman. Grr. Fool of a cook. Okay. Rescued it, just about. Okay. Should have cut that first, because now I've got all this gluey. All this is all glued up, which I didn't need to do. Right. Perhaps I'll put the other side on and then put this bit on the top. Right. I cut it to size, or more or less to size, doesn't have to be exact. Trim that one down too. All right. Nope, I want it that way round. Okay. Looks like I may have overshot at the side slightly. I think I'll trim that after when it's not quite as wet. Ugh. Yeah, I think I better wait till it dries a bit before I do the trimming. And trim this up as well. Yep, our hour is very nearly up, so when I finish this, that'll be it for today. So as you can see, it will make sense for me to do a certain amount of preparation of ephemera off screen, otherwise I'll still be doing this next Christmas. This journal will never get made. Time is a little shorter than on the sewing journal. I can't take quite as many videos to get it done. So I will have to do a certain amount of work off screen, which is fine. And I will be doing, I hope I will be doing, I plan to do the cover in the next video. So at least I'll get it made. I'll get the cover done, I'll get it sewn in, all the get all the digital sewn in, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, there's the other piece gone. Oh, not that piece. Is it this piece? No. What's the other piece I was going to put? Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's going to go here. Yeah. Okay. Let me just quickly. Just a second. I think this is going to cut out any minute, so I'm going to just turn it off and on again. Right. So we're nearly down on this. Try and line it up a bit. Make sure it goes into the bend. And there we are. Okay, so that's that little journaling card. I will need to trim it up, but I think I'll wait for it for the glue to dry a bit. Otherwise, I'm just going to get into all sorts of a mess. So I'm just going to trim it around the edges a little bit where I've just gone over the edge. But that's it. That's my video for today. Right, so thank you very much for joining me once again, and do come back for the next video when we will make the cover. Bye for now. Hi, I just thought I'd pop back in at the end and just show you a few more that I made after the camera turned off, and then come back and just add it on to the end of the video. So this is the one I was making, and I've just sewn around it all back and front. It's all finished inside, and I'm really pleased with that one. And I've also done a little bit of gold just around the edges, and then I made a few more. So this is a journaling card, one of the Project Life journaling cards, and it's one that is already pre scored, so that it's meant to be bent in two or folded in two. So I made that into a little similar journaling card but smaller. I've sewn around this. I went a little bit wonky as usual off the edge. I've realised that I'm actually better at sewing zigzag than I'm at sewing straight, especially round curvy corners. So I'll obviously have to put a bit of lace or something down there just to cover that up. So it was already like this, lined on the inside, so I just covered up what was there with a little bit of paper, and put it on collage on both sides, and I put a bit of ribbon down the spine. And this one was just a paper book page pocket, which I've just covered with some of that lovely vintage wrapping paper, and done a bit of stitching in red around it, a bit of zigzag and a bit of straight around there. That's for a pocket. This one was I think it's a big piece of packaging, so I've made that into a big journaling card, and again I've done some sewing around it and I've backed it. So that's a journaling card, so that'll fit nicely, hopefully, into a belly band. Little tag made out of a piece of, I think that was some Tim Holtz packaging. I used that for that. This one was that book page pocket that was just ready to go. I made a couple and I just made this one up. So it's just made out of book page that is just 2 book pages that are folded up. I think it's one of the, probably a paper outpost one. So I've collaged it. This is some papers from Crafty Cat from the kit I had from last year. And I've gone round it with some sewing and just done a couple of little punched holes with this. What they call them, thumb holes. Another little journaling card. Again, it's another Project Life Project Life journaling card. This is one of the ones that isn't folded in the middle, so I just kept it as a flat journaling card and collaged that, sewn round it, backed it. That's ready to go. And this one I'm going to use as a side tuck. So I've just put a little bit of gold around there. It's just a piece of book page, and I thought it made a nice side tuck, so I'm going to put that, and I shall sew it along there, and then something will tuck in behind it like that. So not many, just a few extras that I just thought as they were there, rather than just stopping, I just kept going for a little while and made those few more, and I've just sewn around them all. So I just thought I'd show you those before I go. Okay, bye.